Just arrived in Lushan County, which is the epicenter of where the quake hit. We've been driving that for about 6 hours into the mountains to try and reach some of the worst hit communities. In the last hour, we've sort of really started entering some of the badly hit villages. Huge boulders that have come crashing down onto communities, onto the roads. We just had to drive past a boulder that was about the size of a house itself. A lot of houses have come down. We came through a village called Gao, where I'd say about 50% of the brick houses have just collapsed. There are lots of people living outside under tarpaulins. They're sort of bedding down for the night. So most people, even if their homes weren't destroyed, have moved out onto the streets because they're scared about the risk of aftershocks. They're having big problems, I think. I mean, there's a huge military presence. It seems like half the PLA is down here at the moment. We've passed probably hundreds of army vehicles. There are police, there are firefighters, but a lot of the roads have been closed because these huge boulders have just crashed down off the mountains above. So they've obviously spent the day with earth diggers trying to move some of these boulders. A lot of the roads have also just been sort of sliced in half by the force of the quake. So getting aid in by road, I think, is proving quite difficult. We saw some helicopters on the horizon, so obviously they've been doing some airlifts and bringing in aid and I think taking out injured people. But it's a very isolated, very mountainous, very sort of difficult to reach area at the best of times. And obviously the earthquake has really wreaked havoc on the infrastructure here. And a lot of people are evacuating themselves. When we've come through several towns here, you see a stream of people on motorbikes, on foot, carrying their belongings, seeking shelter in places that are on the other side of the mountain that they believe are safe. Nearly all of the buildings we've seen that are still standing have been abandoned, and people are camped out around campfires. They've sort of put beds outside because they're very scared of aftershocks. I mean, there have been, I think, at least 8 or 9 aftershocks already today, but clearly they are expecting more. They're nervous about more. So those who can get out are getting out. Those who can't are just moving onto the street.